you've raised $160 million in this new fund, and you've already made, in about a year, 17 or 18
That's
investments.
correct. Yep.
How do you keep up a pace like that?
Well, we have to remember.
VCs only make like 1 or 2 investments a year.
I'm not your average VC. I think at Google, when I was running that, we were doing 50 to 100 investments a year. So the pace of 15 to 17 a year feels somewhat leisurely. And I also am drawing on a network of entrepreneurs and founders that I've known for quite some time. Cobalt is a great example. My wife is a Cobalt musician, but Willard is also, who's the founder, is like family. And I've enjoyed working with him, and that was the first company I called when I set out to start this fund.
So when you look at new investments, potential investments, what are you seeing? Are you seeing a lot of good ideas? Are you seeing a lot of promise? Are you seeing high valuations?
Definitely seeing high valuations. I'm seeing the market has changed tremendously in the last 5 to 10 years. I think it's changing in a way where it may not change back. By that I mean SoftBank is out there with a almost $100 billion fund, which causes a lot of strange behaviors for startups. It compresses returns because valuations then go up somewhat artificially. And I'm also seeing changes with regard to cryptocurrencies and coin offerings that may obsolete a large part of the venture business.
Really? How so?
When you're a founder and you can raise crowdsourced money from a large group of people in a week, that makes it a much less painful process sometimes than talking to people like myself and going through the analysis and the time that it takes to raise venture money. And that's a more attractive proposition to a lot of entrepreneurs, and it's going to change the business.
So how dramatically do you think this could impact Silicon Valley?
Oh, I think that these technologies are likely to fundamentally shift. It won't obsolete everything, but it will fundamentally shift the way that startups are funded over time and the way a lot of transactions are handled.
So what does it mean for the big VCs, the prominent VCs?
I think if you are a large VC, prominent VC with a reputation and deal flow, you'll have to adjust your business slightly, but I don't think it's the bell isn't necessarily tolling right now. But there are a lot of venture funds and a lot of people with capital and a lot of money waiting to invest in startups, and that is going to change the way that we invest.
So the bell is tolling for that?
We'll see.
Bitcoin, you've invested in Coinbase, and yet Jamie Dimon says Bitcoin is a fraud. Which one is it?
Well, Coinbase isn't a Bitcoin company. Coinbase is a platform on which people can trade cryptocurrencies, Bitcoin being one of them. I think Jamie is likely incorrect in his assessment. I think there may be a bubble. There's money to be made and lost, but it's I think if you take the value of all of those startups, it's like a $70 billion industry. And if that's a bubble, it's not a very big bubble. There's some enduring technology there that is likely to last, and so we disagree on that.